Hi girls, just a really quick video for tomorrow on how to integrate trig functions. So we've talked about, I kind of make a table here, right, where I've got some function that I'll call f, and then its derivative. Oh, Adele, your present isn't working very well. So on one side I've got fx, I might just switch to my finger, sorry about that. And on the other side I'll have its derivative. So we know that if the function is cos, then I always remember, well, firstly I know it's something like sine, and then cos starts at the top and goes down, so it's negative sine. And then also, if I've got sine, then I know that the derivative is something like cos, and sine starts at 0 and goes up, so it's positive cos. And then lastly, if I've got tan, then we learnt last week using the quotient rule that the derivative is sec squared x. So that's how you differentiate, right? To differentiate, you go from the first column across to the second column. Well, the idea is then that to integrate, you should go exactly the opposite way. Right, so that means, for example, the integral of sec squared x dx equals tan x. Oops, not tax, tan x plus my. I have no idea where the recording stopped just then, but we just saw that sec squared x integrated is tan x, right? Because I'm going this way across, plus my c. And then what we're going to do tomorrow is we're just going to take that a little bit further, obviously, as we tend to do, especially with double. And we're going to do things like, well, what about the integral of cos of ax dx, obviously. What about the integral of sine x minus 37? What about the volume? I'm really over this iPad already. What about like a volume, under sine x, for example, or under tan x, or under sec x, or something, rotated about the x-axis? What are some things you can think about that you could solve, and what are some things you can think about that you don't think you could solve? So it might be a really good idea, it would be a really good idea for tomorrow to try and write a volume question. So if you remember, those always read like, the volume underneath the curve of y equals x squared is rotated between x equals 1 and x equals 5 about the x-axis. Something like that. But I would like you to try writing one of them, but instead of using x squared, I'd like you to use trig. Okay? So I'd like you to write a volumes question using trig. And I'd like it to be one that you know how to answer. Okay? And I'd like you to answer it, obviously, as well. Okay, so that's what we'll do tomorrow and a little bit more. Don't forget to memorize the photo to the left, because that will be very important in terms of not being punished for not watching this video. Alright, thanks girls, I'll see you tomorrow.